the machine if you wanted?
I'm going to turn it 90.
You start turning it around?
Yeah, turn it to face Manny. If that's the 90.
Okay. Zephyrus.
Zephyrus is going to delay and wait for the Professor to get up.
Look at Zephyrus, just the linchpin of your team, man. Only responsible one. The chain jailer is now going to try to it kind of touches the top of trying to break the ice, and he's going to try to get through the ice, which means that he needs to make a will save.
Oh, that's not his strong suit, is it?
No, what is the DC of your will save?
18, right? It's int plus spell level plus 10, so it's a second circle spell.
Fuck.
Okay. You didn't boost it in any way?
I can't boost it. It's just a wizard illusion spell. I don't think there's nothing that I can do to...
I'm going to just make sure that the DC was calculated properly. So it's a wizard illusion spell, correct?
Yeah.
What level? Second?
Yep. Minor image.
Which would be DC 12 plus your int mod, which is?
6.
18. Do you have any feats that augment illusions?
No.
You don't have...
I didn't realize I was an illusion caster until, I'd already pretty much taken all of my feats.
Got it. And then let me just check your illusory powers.
They just extend.
They extend the illusions. They don't.
This level, yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's fine. Well, as long as the fucking Professor moves.
Okay, so it spends a move action, like trying to break the ice, and then it realizes the ice isn't real, and then it spends its other move action.
Oh, I could have moved a lot farther, actually. I should be... a single move would have brought me to, there, because I move at 60 with Expeditious Retreat.
Okay. You will probably be leaving your Unseen Servant behind.
Yeah,
It'll pop because you're moving too quickly for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is fun.
Did you call out or tell me anything? Or?
Small victories. The Chain Devil comes out. It's dripping wet. It looks around. It's pissed off. You tried to drown it with an illusion of a frozen pond. Brilliant.
Didn't work, though.
It didn't work. I'm gonna restore its breath points because screw that.
Thought maybe we could.
It also spent about 3 rounds underwater, so it did heal while it was under there. So I'm gonna give it some hit points back.
Did it rust at all then?
And then it's going to continue its movement right up behind the Professor.
It still has movement after that?
Yeah, you fucked it up, and then it moves out, and it has a movement of 30, and it moved 20 feet up to. Zephyrus.
God damn it.
Did I know anything about this? Because I'm assuming I can't see this through this fog cloud.
No, you drop down a little bit to drop off Luudo. There are trees and a fog cloud in your way.
Wait, did we skip Zephyrus and we're going back now?
And Zephyrus had a delayed action. He didn't do anything, so it's now his turn again.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh no, sorry. Zephyrus had a delay action. It was the Chain Devil. Now it's the Professor's turn. Sorry. And Zephyrus, you had a delayed action. Chain Jailer and Professor go on the same pip.
Yeah, I'll wait. I don't want.
Okay. All right, Professor, your turn.
I can't see anything here, so unless the Professor tells me, I don't know to come help.
Yeah, it's coming after the Professor.
If I 5-foot step and then cast, I don't incur an AOL?
If it can't reach you.
Its range is maybe...
The chains are coming off of its body. It has a reach of 10 feet with its chains. And it's right behind you.
So 5-foot steps not gonna help.
If I 5-foot step into the mist, say here...
There would be a 20% mischance.
I'm gonna do that,
Okay. You kind of hop into the mist.
and I will cast. I'm gonna probably do invisibility.
Second level.
Yes.
Okay. Are you casting defensively or not?
Can you run me through this again?
Alright, so the DC of casting defensively is a DC 19 check. Are you casting this as a wizard?
Mages.
Your mage's concentration is plus 10. No, plus 11.
No, plus 11.
I just fixed it.
Okay. And I gotta hit a what?
19.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to just run?
I'll take an
If you
AOO.
fail, the spell doesn't work, but there's no AOO to this.
Yeah. 23.
Alright, so you take a 5-foot step back and you turn invisible because you're familiar and you share spells. Do you share spells you're familiar or not?
I don't think so. It's just gonna crawl into the pouch on my belly.
Okay, 5-foot step back, it crawls into the pouch. The thing doesn't take an AOO on your crawling hand. It's not interested in it. But that ends your movement. You still have a move action. It's just you already took a 5-foot step, so you can't like run around anymore.
Can like be really thin and inconspicuous.
Cry a little bit.
Like silently.
You're kind of cursing the mists because the mists are displacing where the invisible creature is, so it's kind of like you're an invisible creature in rain. If you watch The Invisible Man.
What if I fell to the ground?
He can't full defense because he already took his standard action to cast a spell. So.
You cast invisibility?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so I think that's the professor's turn, unless you want to like switch up wands or anything like that.
No, I'm just trying to get out of here.
Okay,
without dying.
Manny is come on, Professor. And he's going to just move into the Qualish apparatus. Saving my seat.
Keeping it warm.
I wiggle a flask into his hands.
Yeah, he's like crawling into his seat and trying to get situated. It's not quite drinking time yet.
I'm warming her up.
Professor's still out there, he says, matter of factly, not really caring. Pharisee.
Pharisee is not aware really of what's going on there. She thought everybody was pretty much on the move and it was going to be just fine. So she's going to take care of a little bit of business here.
Okay.
We're going to double move over to... Actually, we'll fly and Tech can move with us.
Yep. Tech is, what are we doing here? Oh, I know what you're going to do.
Tech, that stone offends me. There's something wicked about it. I want you to destroy it.
Finally.
There's clicking. I'm just going to add a thing to the initiative sheet. His name is Wormwood.
Oh God.
Yeah, but Wormwood, we talked with him before. He's cool. We're destroying a weapon. That's helpful.
Was he
We'll
cool?
see how he feels about it.
Yeah.
If this is the unbreakable weapon, then fuck yeah, right? He's gonna be real happy.
I wanted to find out it was unbreakable.
Yeah, so Wormwood is slowly appearing as Tech is reaching the threshold of this room. We'll leave him off the initiative for now. Pharisee and Tech moved, so that is Luudo's turn.
Luudo. Luudo is going to. Where's the door? Oh, what the. Oh, we are right at the door, huh? We can't see what's going on in the mist. We're in the
The
dark
hatch
now.
is still open in the back.
Right, I'm going to I can close the hatch and do another, like flash the lights after, and then just to.
Yeah, it's a full round action to
Turn
use
it.
one of the levers. Manny could use one of the other
Yeah,
levers.
So Manny will man the lights and just
Okay.
flash them a few times just to see if it'll cut through the fog and direct whoever's.
Okay, so you can see some lights flashing through the fog. Professor's trying to be really small. Where's she get near the door? Because Manny's flashing the lights. What are you doing? Oh, you close the hatch,
yeah.
okay. There's a seal that happens as the hatch is closed, and that's your two full round actions.
Safe and sound.
Yeah,
Close
so
the hatch.
Zephyros, what you doing, bud?
Zephyros doesn't know what's going on at this point, so he's just gonna hover around this way to see if he can see something, but he doesn't want to go too far.
You could see the Chain Devil now. The Chain Devil seems to be interested in what's in the mist. It's looking, and chains are flying up. It looks angry.
I don't think I'm gonna worry too. Oh, the Chain Goaler has to go before Professor. I don't have anything that I can do at this point to help. I'm too far away. Yeah, that's it. I can't do anything else.
Okay. The Chain Jailer is going to heal a little bit.
Oh god, here it comes.
It's going to 5-foot step forward and then grope into the mists, looking for the Professor with its chains. Come here. It is not impressed with you, prisoner.
Oh shit, we could have just freed you guys from the prison after it put you in the cell.
With a full round action, 4 chains come whipping out towards the Professor.
Oh god.
Hitting AC 15, 21, 16, and 27.
But the Professor is invisible, isn't he?
Yep, there are percentage mischances.
AC 15 will miss me.
Okay.
AC 16 hits right on.
Alright, so there are 3 D100s.
Uh-huh.
If I roll 50 or under, it struck you. 125 and 2. 2 chains have struck the Professor.
Is that the invisibility miss and the mist miss?
It's whatever one is higher that applies.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 chain bops you for 7 points of real damage.
Uh-huh.
The other chain bops you for 7 points of non-lethal damage. And that one's wrapping around you and pulling you into a grapple.
Okay. Does Zephyros see him grappling something?
You know, you see, it's kind of like he's fishing around. Oh, he might have hit something, and there's one chain that's really taut and kind of like clinking as it's going back into its body.
Oh,
And
he's got me!
the chain's kind of like coming out of its armpit, and it is like clinking back into the creature's body like it was some sort of drawbridge.
He's got me again!
Oh, it's going to get worse in a moment. First, it's the grapple attempt against the Professor. Gets a 19, which I think we learned
my
grapples
CP 's
the Professor.
Yeah.
As it's grappling, the chains spread from its face, and you see this weird thing. It is not a man's face, but it is a boy's face. It is your brother's face.
Oh god!
Oh!
From the day that
Oh yeah.
scarred the Professor
Yeah.
so long ago.
Oh, holy cow, this is the best!
Ooh,
You need to make a will save
my mind is broken.
as your dearly departed loved one's face is mimicked upon this devilish flesh.
Oh no, my mind is gone. 26.
You steel yourself against this, but don't know how it knows.
Henry, you've seen horrors before.
With a blink of the eye, the chains are starting to recede back over its face. It looks devilish once again, but you are in a grapple with the chain devil.
Okay, is it?
is enough. And you can feel the chains tightening around you.
That's got me good!
Professor.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Is it possible for me or the hand to get out the grease wand and grease these chains up?
So while you're grappling, you don't have use of one of your hands.
Okay, I
It's
got it.
effectively what a grapple means.
But I
So
still have another one.
You
right?
have another hand, yes.
Ooh, can I quick draw and grease this chain up?
Yes. You pull out your grease wand. Wands don't incur AOs when you use them. You're greasing up the chain.
Crazy. Shoot out through the mist. Learned rocket.
He is not impressed with the greasy chain, and you feel that it's squeezing. Let me just look at grease. This may make it more difficult for him to maintain the grapple.
Yeah, I think we've greased.
Somebody in a grapple before, but I can't remember
There's
how.
no SR to this, so he can't.
I think it helps with escape artist.
Plus 10 circumstance bonus on escape artist checks and combat maneuver checks to escape grapples. And to their CMD to avoid being grappled. Interesting. What is your CMD?
My CMD is 13, I believe. Where would that go?
Because a plus 10 bonus to CMD is a really big
23 would be my CMD if I
with
got
the
plus
greasy
10.
chain. Okay. All right. You greased. Is it just the chain? Yeah, I think it's the one chain is greased.
Mm-hmm.
Manny is flashing the lights. Pharisee, you and Tech get to go again. Tech is listening to the Queen and is going to approach the. Have you brought me a weapon? Says Wormwood as he's moving forward. Tech is already in berserk mode and has started attacking the crystal of broken blades with reckless abandon. Tech wanders up to the crystal and gives a swing. Give me damage for Tech's swing.
Excellent. Yes. It is. Greatsword. Wait, Greatsword is 2d6? Yes, 2d6 plus 13.
Okay.
17 damage.
All right. So, the sword, a +2 sword normally has a hardness of 10 plus 2 for plus, so 14, I believe. For whatever reason, when you struck this crystal, no hardness applied.
Okay.
And then the hit points of a sword, a magical sword like this, I believe, is plus 10 per plus.
Okay.
So it's got 30 hit points.
All right.
So the sword is now broken, not destroyed.
Yep.
Does Tech have a second attack?
If he moved first,
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
no. Even if he didn't move first, also no.
What are you doing? I am supposed to break them. It's trying to negotiate with Tech, and Tech is seeing red by the clicks and his stance, and he's attacking the crystal like it is an enemy.
Yeah, I'll say, Wormwood, we've brought you this sword in exchange for some of the fragments. Tech is compelled by its power to be the one to break, but you can touch it and help him.
It does not seem to be faring very well.
Sorry, what was that?
It doesn't seem to be faring very well, is what he said.
I think it might not be the unbreakable blade.
Okay, Luudo and Manny.
Well, have we heard this yelling and yammering
No, it's pretty quiet inside the apparatus at Quilish.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
forgot that
It's
maybe
quiet in there.
we're just gonna.
You know that you need a running start to get through these doorways,
Yeah.
but you also saw Zephyros pick it up.
Right.
Maybe he could just push you through the doorway.
That's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna do a 90 degree as a turn. So I'll flip it 180.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah.
And then he'll start to move it forward towards the door?
Correct.
Okay, so the two of you have positioned the apparatus in front of the door.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like they're maneuvering for a jettison from this room. Zephyros.
So they're looking for an elephant assist eventually, right?
You probably hear me yelling down here.
Yeah. Don't
Oh no! Oh the horror!
keep your tidy whities on. So Zephyros can see the chain devil, and he casts a flaming sphere, which he can cast at a distance of 140 feet.
Nice.
Flaming sphere appears underneath the chain devil. Riddle me this, elephant man. Does it have SR on flaming sphere?
Yes.
Okay. The thing that I need you to roll is a caster level check.
Yeah, you have spell penetration though.
There's just one more thing that I wanted to do before we did this, because I've got versatile evocation.
Yep.
I think it might be prudent of me to change the damage from fire damage to electricity damage.
Ooh. Huh. Okay. So there's a blue flaming sphere which we're gonna have to build later on. I'm just gonna call it the electric sphere.
Electric boogaloo.
The Tesla sphere.
Okay. There's a sparking sphere that appears effectively underneath it, and give me the caster level check to break its spell resistance.
Haha! Take that.
You have spell penetration, so you
And greater spell penetration. Oh yeah, just got spell penetration, sorry.
okay. Which means you roll. This is a wizard spell or a magus.
This is a wizard spell.
Okay, so D20 plus 7, and you're trying to break 17.
$27 breaks it.
Okay, now it gets a reflex save versus your electrical spell.
Is it reflex messed up at all because it's in the midst of a grapple?
Yes.
But this is an evocation spell,
Mm-hmm.
so it's plus 2 to DC.
Yep.
So 15 plus spell level plus 2. So this is 19 DC.
19. And yeah, its reflex save, it receives a penalty because it's grappling right now. It fails by 1. So
By 1.
it takes full damage from electricity.
Good thing I changed it.
Electricity, it's arcing up and down all of its chains, which are grappling the professor. You're getting a good buzz, but it's not any specific damage yet.
So it's 3d6 plus 2 damage.
Wow. Okay.
Let me just confirm that. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Starts moving around and deals 3d6 plus... Yeah, the plus 2 is because it's an evocation spell. That's 11 damage.
Okay, that hurt it pretty bad. It is not happy. It is trying to still drag the professor away. The chain Gaolor is going to maintain the grapple and basically pull the professor around. It is grappling to move. First, it has to maintain the grapple. Your CMD is 23.
Mm-hmm.
I lose my visibility, by the way.
Yeah, it definitely could see you. You failed to break the grapple, however, last round, so it gets a +5 to its roll to maintain. I think that was a fair trade, however. Its CMB is now 15, and it's trying to break your CMD of 23.
Yeah! Fuck yeah! Oh!
It fails to maintain the grapple.
Slippery slide!
You slip out of it, you slippery little bastard.
Slippery devil, you.
Slippery and invisible.
Yes!
Okay, maintaining a grapple is a standard action.
Oh, nice. It used up its standard?
You already made your save against the fear effect it has. So I think it's done.
Yes!
I think it's gonna 5-foot step plunge into the mist with you. Professor.
The professor will double move through the door, yelling as he goes, "Thank you, Sephiroth! Thank you!" And will duck past whatever the quality apparatus is doing.
Okay, so that's 45 feet of movement, which is 90. You have
120 with a double move?
yeah, so you're
I'm out of there.
bat out of hell.
But these two
15
guys
feet into
with
the
this
next room.
qualish thing.
Right in the door.
Thank you, Sephiroth! I'll be going now!
Okay. Pharisee and Tech.
Yeah, Tech's gonna do a little bit more damage to this this stone. 24 damage.
Okay, check. He's now just staring at this hilt of a blade that he's got in two of his hands.
Is he still angry?
He's dropping out of rage, and he looks confused at it, and just kind of
Nice.
tosses it into the pile. Take some garbage then. And the treant is whipping a bunch of like odds and ends of the door. Clang, clang, clang. The tree seems to be a poor sport about the whole affair.
I wanted to break the sword.
Yeah, he wanted to break it.
I'm sorry that we did not find the unbreakable blade for you, but I promise we'll keep our eyes open. And next time, we'll try and bring one that's not cursed so that we can give it to you to break.
Curses, yes. There are cursed blades that have been broken here. You're not the first. You won't be the last either.
Ah, yes, I suppose not.
Luudo.
Luudo
And Manny.
Manny, all in one. We're going to ramp up to the door and align ourselves.
Okay.
So I guess that'll be my movement, and then Manny will retract the legs.
Okay, boom, the whole thing, kind of like an egg, is lying in front of the doorway, facing into the door,
Right.
waiting for a giant elephant man to punt it through, I guess.
We're just gonna give the side a ting ting.
He's a pretty smart man. Zephyros, however, is busy rolling his electrical doom into the.
Yeah, really fucked that thing up.
Okay, so I assume you're taking a move action to move the sphere into the creature.
Yeah, fuck him up.
It depends on what it's going to cost me to. Will I be able to do that and then still move the Qualish out of the door?
Well, you would be able to move down with 40 feet with your fly. You'd have 20 feet left. It is along the ground, and you can push it. You could probably push the Qualish through the door, but you'd still be on this side.
That's okay. I'm happy being on this side. I move the flaming spear on top of it.
Okay, the electrical sphere goes into the mist.
Get that guy.
All you can hear is some sparking and growling from the chain devil. It needs to make a reflex save. It is no longer grappled, so it doesn't get its penalty.
Okay.
20 plus 9. It avoids your sphere this round.
Does it have evasion?
No, the sphere is all or nothing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, reflex negates.
Okay, and then Zephyros flies down to the Qualish and effectively pushes it through.
Elephant man.
Yeah. Saving Luudo and Manny. The Qualish is basically on the other side, skidding along the ground.
I'll go ahead and yell out when I hear them start stumbling through. I'll yell out, "Make sure you pull the plant out of the keyhole."
Okay, everyone but Manny and Luudo hears that. The chain jailer. Oh, fuck. Fucking get that guy. There's its double move as it gets to the end of the trail, and you can see some of the sparks and wounds on it slowly healing. It glances at Zephyros. And it is going to, the chains pull back from its face, and you're very surprised to see that it's got a very small face of your master behind the chains, and kind of like a trunk stumbles out of it. Your master's old eyes in the later part of his life glaring at you. Give me a will save.
That's interesting because I'm facing the other way. I'm joking. +5. Yeah, 10.
Okay, Zephyros is shaken with fear.
What does that do to him?
It's -2 to a lot of things. Shaking condition. This is the first stage of fear. You're not forced to take any particular action, but you're at a -2 to attacks, saves, skills, abilities, and if you get shaken again, you could be sent into a panic.
Okay.
It's very unnerving. How did it know what your master's face was? In general, it's assumed that you're looking around. If you're walking around and closing your eyes or not facing your enemy or reacting to them, you'd be denied your dex, which is also really bad. Although some monks can basically do that and not have that happen. Professor, what are you doing? There's still a threat.
Can I guess I'll move up to the door and could I prepare to close it and yank out the stick?
You can ready a single action. So you could ready an action to close it, or you could ready an action to yank out the stick.
Could I quick draw the hand and tell it to ready an action to do the stick when I close the door?
You can coax the hand out, and it can take a ready action to pull the stick, and you close the door, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
gonna try and
Yeah.
tag team this as soon as Zephyros steps through.
You guys using your brains tonight.
Hey,
Manny.
first time for everything, Marty. Hey-o, it's a dumb joke.
What are we doing? I can't see behind us. That's annoying.
Oh, yeah, you guys are just oblivious to a battle happening still.
We're between this. You're kind of in the middle of one of the menhir stones, like the
Right,
3
right.
blocks.
But everybody's still back there. Well, let's pop the hatch open.
Okay.
I'll pop the hatch open. See what's going on behind.
The hatch with a hiss goes open, and yeah, the door is still open, and you can see into the forest.
Oh god, Zephyros and the Chain Devil over there?
You can see Zephyros standing right at the door, kind of going from the chain devil.
Man, he's gonna give a hey. Tell him like, what's wrong with you?
Pharisee?
So, are you all through? Tech, come back. We're going to have to destroy it another time, I'm afraid. It's too powerful for us now.
It chirps. Tech is slowly recovering from his rage.
I'm sorry about your sword, Tech. Let's leave the hilt here, and yes, we'll use your other swords, and we'll pick up some of these scraps and see if we can put them back together.
Okay, he looks down at all the garbage that got flung. There might be some value in some of like the hilts and blades, and there might be some ornamental gems and maybe the remnants of magic items. He didn't really. He wasn't very choosy when he just flung a bunch of garbage at you.
There was one set of shards that we saw in there.
Yeah, we'll say that there is a 1 in 8 chance that you got those shards. If you roll 1 on a d8.
Hey!
Really? Okay, so yeah, you find that broken. I forgot what weapon it was.
It was a hammer. It was a throwing hammer. An exotic
yeah.
throwing hammer.
Yeah, you see
Super
the bits
weird.
of the exotic throwing hammer are amongst the stuff on the stairs. You guys are really lucky tonight. Tech is just helping you pick up stuff. Luudo is in Luudo and Manny are in the machine. What action are you guys taking?
I'm gonna have Manny turn the legs on,
Okay.
and then we're gonna try and make it through this arc.
Okay, so you're pushing forward as he's activating his legs, and it's a timed thing. Give me a dexterity check. Manny doesn't have a great dex, but he is able to aid you at +2.
Dex. I'm assuming that's 78. 17.
Yep, with a bit of grinding against the stone, you guys managed to get the Qualish free from that first bit of stone, and you're navigating it through the other area. Oh, you're approaching, I guess, the next
Right, obstacle.
the next obstacle. Zephyros, then Chain Jailer. Really? He gets to.
Zephyros is going to go through.
Okay, ready to action.
The dream team! The door slams and this thing crawls off from yanks
Where do I get out again?
off to the right.
Yeah, up to here.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
Okay, you close the door, and the crawling hand pulls at the root and kind of pulls it all out. You notice that the lead begins to fill up inside of the lock itself, and there's a angry thud from the other side of the door.
I'm sorry!
Maybe a scrape, and then there is no other noise.
I never doubted us for a second. Ha
Do I still have the fear?
The fear wears off in like a few moments. The party soon. The Qualish is wandering into the room. You guys can make yourselves proper size in this room. So Zephyros is large.
All right.
The Qualish is large. And you quickly, like, Tech's got both of his blades out, like he's back to normal, and the tree just disappears after grumbling that you didn't bring it a sword.
Well, I say we go home. Who's with me?
Zephyros looks to the side, but he can't see the professor, and he goes, "Professor, happy to see you finally made it."
We have a
Yes.
cat to resurrect.
Got a little close there. Thank you for the flaming electric sphere. That was quite well timed, as always, Zephyros.
I thought it was quite nifty, to be honest.
The hatch is open,
Electricity
so
was
Luudo
a
and
good idea.
Right, yeah. We left it out.
Bit stung a bit, but nothing too egregious. Thank you. Whew, that was quite
Always
the close
happy
one.
to help. Always happy to help.
Shall we get out of here? I'm a bit spent, as it were.
I never realized you were so strong, says Benny.
I haven't done anything yet. That thing is rather light. I could probably lift it with both of you in it.
Like an echoey chuckle from both of us.
Yep.
Are they still inside it?
Yeah, they've got the back hatch open though, and
Yeah.
and they're talking to you while inside it. Yeah, they don't.
Can
seem
I
to
try and
wanna
lift
leave.
it while they're in there?
Yeah.
Can I try and lift it while they're in there?
You can try. So Manny weighs. You definitely can push it. How much does Manny weigh? Manny's pretty goddamn big as a half giant.
Yeah.
He is 450 pounds, 7'11".
So he's 450, the Qualish is 500. What is Luudo?
950, and Luudo is
He weighs almost
I'm
as
like 35 pounds or something.
so 530 pounds with Luudo, Manny, and their gear, and the apparatus of Qualish is 500 pounds, so 1,000.
And I can do 1500, we said, didn't we?
Encumbrance. A normal creature with 20 strength.
22.
22. Can pick up 520. A large creature can pick up 540 and still like be in heavy load. 1,040, and then just lifting over your head. A character can lift as much as double their maximum load off the ground, but they can only stagger around with it. It's a full round action to move 5 feet. So Zephyros, to show him how strong they are, loops his hand in, puts his arm underneath the belly of the apparatus. His trunk flaps over the top, and he just and power lifts the apparatus of Qualish with Mandreas and Luudo in it. Staggers about 5 feet before setting it down.
Happy now, Manny?
Holy shit.
Good lord!
Does anybody else want to get in?
No, thank you. I'd like to go home, please.
Same here.
Wasn't there some sort of cat we're supposed to resurrect as a favor to another cat or some damn thing like that? I think the hand is riding directly on my head, so it just floats on the invisible.
I was actually going to comment on that right now.
Crossing the room, grumbling.
Tech comes in and looks inside and doesn't quite understand why you guys are inside the thing, and then scurries ahead.
I'm not waiting again this time.
Okay, you walk through the Hall of 1,000 Dead Faiths. Are you moving the apparatus? Are you taking the apparatus with you?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you guys are moving towards this door. This particular door leads to...
I think that attic room. I think, with the cat needing resurrected.
Leads to area 7.
51.
Which is the very large attic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Is that in Hut 1?
That is in
Yes.
Hut 1.
Up to you. Oh.
Now you're confronted by a spiral staircase and a trap door that leads down.
Oh, Pharisee, how long would it take for us to resurrect this damn thing?
I had some amount of damage.
I don't think this thing can climb.
Oh, drop it off the edge then, right? Is the trapdoor closed below?
I think so. Do we still have that door on hand?
I don't think we are carrying the door.
Wait, is there a door in here? We can just walk through that. I can just get us back.
There is a hatch that leads down. The apparatus Qualish, you don't know if it can climb or not.
No. What's that?
Zephyros is still flying, and he can lift the apparatus Qualish without you guys inside of it.
Just get out and let him fly him around.
Okay.
Manny pulls in the legs,
Yeah.
and you guys hop out.
Alright, big guy.
Can you carry it down?
And probably up that ladder, unless we're leaving it there for now.
I probably could. I'm flying still, so...
Okay.
Perfect.
It's in your medium load, so you can fly it down the stairs. What are you guys doing with Shelsa? Or Little Bones?
I am going to guard Shelsa and make sure that we don't destroy this circle.
Okay. Yeah, the big machine moving around. You kind of like they spread the bones a little bit, but no permanent harm. Zephyros and Manny seem to be coordinating to bring the apparatus down to the area where the candle making imp is.
Do we know how long it would take to complete the spell and resurrect Chelsea?
Yeah, it would probably take the same amount of time it is to bond with a familiar.
So was that like 8 hours or something?
Well, let's look up the rules for the ritual takes 8 hours to complete.
I don't want to go back to Vladimir without bringing Shelsa. So I would like to start this ritual.
Oh, all right. Another 8 hours in paradise. Fine by me, I suppose.
Okay.
Just relax, Professor.
I'm gonna
Take
take
a
a
nap.
nap in the machine.
Read a book.
Okay, so you're going down the stairs and going to take a nap in the apparatus.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may want to fly that thing out of here if we are going to leave. There's a ladder between us and the hut.
Where are?
I think we should leave and get it over with.
You could, while the apparatus is in
There
the
we
small form, have Zephyros push it up into the hut.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
we should
Yeah.
do that and get it
Okay.
over and done with.
All
And then
right.
come back if we need to come back.
All right, so Malbut and Mockernam are up there. Oh, I remember Pixel. I guess she didn't stay behind to learn a spell from.
Oh yeah.
I think the answer must be that she didn't, because I think I used her for a couple of things.
Yeah.
So she decided to come along.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Vladimir's boring, or you'll teach it to me later. Manny and Luudo are going to go into the hut. Or are you going to go and help Pharisee with the cat ritual?
We're gonna go in the hut. We're not much for rituals. Unless, of course, you are, Manny.
I don't want a familiar.
You do
Oh
want to
wait,
see it.
couldn't you get a familiar?
Yeah, I could.
Didn't we talk about
Alchemists can get familiars.
that last time?
I made the joke of the skeleton cat familiar.
That's right.
Go. Make sure they're okay.
Alright, I'll go watch a dead cat. Liven up. I give a cocky hop because I have my feather fly.
Oh, what sort of container is this?
That's Mockernam as he's enamored with the Qualish.
Oh,
As is
it's beautiful.
Luudo scampers back. Zephyros, are you resting in the hut? Staying with where are you resting? Or where are you going to wander to? Luudo looks like he's going back up to where the ritual is
I'm
happening.
sorry, did you ask me? You broke up badly on my side.
Yep, Zephyros, are you going into the hut?
Yeah, I think I'll go into the hut.
Okay.
The rest of us are summoning the cat down here. I don't know if you want to be a part of this.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I couldn't follow the conversation. It was breaking up on my side.
Okay, so
Okay, I'll go wherever you guys are summoning the cat.
all right. Let me see if I made a token for Shelsa.
You said this takes 8 hours. I could get my full rest and recover my spells, right?
Oh, he's a cutie. All right. Okay, you have a decision to make. Who is going to be the lead of this ritual? It does not have to be Pharisee.
The person who bonds it would have to lead the ritual, though, right?
Yep.
Luudo, why don't you give it a try?
Oh, jeez, I don't know about that. Okay.
Well, you're gonna have to take care of this cat.
What could go wrong?
This is for Vladimir in part, yes. So Vladimir can see his good friend Shelsa again.
I quite like Vladimir, so yeah, I could
Yeah,
do that.
Vladimir likes you too. I think it will be okay. You'll be willing to help me though. Make sure that Shelsa can spend some time with Vladimir.
Oh,
Quality time.
Hopefully, she comes back looking better than she does now.
Sure.
I think
Why, the professor, I think, would find this quite attractive.
I think the crawling hand takes offense at that. I'm not sure how it shows it to them.
Flicks its fingers towards you, and just sort of goes and hunkers down on the professor's shoulder and is gonna watch.
Luudo's going to smack his hands together and rub them, and like pretend like he's focusing, and turn to line. Line.
Alright, there are runes that you need to trace and words that you need to say. It's an 8-hour ritual, but you realize that the first decision that you need to make is the order in which you're going to activate the magics. Are you going to animate the corpse? That's one. We'll call that. Let's just get some colored dice or something like that to represent the different options. So this is animate the corpse is blue. Then there's give life to the corpse, which is red, and then there's to bond with the animal, which is the big die. So what is the order in which you're going to do this ritual?
Animate, life, bond.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying? What's
Animate the corpse.
You could also leave one of these elements out, or all of the elements out.
Does animate the corpse sort of restore it to fleshiness?
Or does that give life?
It gives it motion.
right? As is.
I think life would be regrow its things.
Right.
You could, Pharisee knows you could leave out the life portion, and you'd end up with an animate, smart cat that is bonded. You could leave out the bonded portion, and you'd just have your smart cat back. You could leave out the animate portion, and you'd have a live bonded cat that can't move.
I want a live mobile cat.
I think we're just gonna tell him what to do because he doesn't really know, right?
It's an 8-hour ritual. You have to explain it to him, so he does get choices.
Right. So we're going to restore life to the cat.
Okay.
Then we're going to animate it.
Yep.
Then we're going to actually, I suppose we could bond it to you and then animate it.
Right. It could try to run. Maybe it would run away.
Yeah.
Before you bonded with it, so that there's a reason why the ritual is divided in this way. Somebody is ensuring that it doesn't get a choice.
Life,
Yeah.
bond, animate.
Bond life.
If you want it to be bonded to you, then life, bond, animate. If you don't want it to be bonded to you, life, then animate. And we'll put it in a little cage. Either way.
No, we'll bond it. I'll bond it.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
I'll take on this curse.
I mean, we could life animate and then let it choose whether to bond to you, but I don't think that's how we roll.
We're more of a this is what's happening sort of crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that how Luudo rolls?
If you want it to choose, then bring it to life and animate it, and then bond if it's a good fit.
I think
Pixel was bonded to me through the power of autumn, the conduit of autumn, to I, the servant of autumn, as I sort of become more and more preachy.
And Pixel claims in Sylvan that Autumn chose Pharisee because it is the autumn of the pearls.
Whoa. And Nicky Maester bonded to me through the power of thievery.
It pulls on your ear.
Yes. Sounds like one word.
I think Luudo's going to, as he would, make a mistake and bond and then animate, leaving out the life part.
Okay. So he's gonna bond with the cat.
And there's going to be a mix-up at the end. What?
Okay, so Luudo, at first Luudo chooses to bond. He's going to have this thing no matter what. He's kind of you've known him to be a little bit greedy with money, He likes to score it rich. He's a bit impulsive, and once he starts the ritual, you just gotta complete the bonded part. So Luudo actually feels his spirit reaching out towards the dead skeletal remains of the cat, and it's empty and hollow, like the feeling of a dead pet
Or his
many
childhood.
years after, and a fond bitterness of. Yeah, Luudo might have, during his time when he was really young at Yond, might have had a dog. And for some reason, that memory comes back to you. That you had this happy little puppy.
Jack Russell Terrier.
And a puppy that was long ago dead. But you feel the bond take hold against this thing that is not moving and not alive. Which part of the ritual do you start next?
Animate.
Okay. So this horrible thing stitches together, all of its little bones clinking against the wood and returning into a form. It springs up on all fours, and it is your slave at this point. There is a cruel light that appears in its eyes, 2 little slits as it's looking at you. It is now a skeletal cat.
Isn't there some step to give it flesh?
The next step is life, and Luudo, you're going to pretend to
Okay.
screw up this step.
We're going to sleight of hand this 3-hour portion of the ritual.
Oh, I'm paying close attention because if you fuck this up for me, it'll mess up my chances with Vladimir.
Oh God. Well,
So feel free to do that, but make sure you can outroll me.
very
don't.
good. I'm being consulted through this ritual, and yes, I'm also interested in the Vladimir line here, so I will give it life. Good God.
Okay. I mean, you're welcome to like Levi. You're welcome to.
Just
you're welcome
screw
to play
you
this
over?
one.
No. I space that.
Okay. Give me a knowledge, an alchemy check, because there could be a different option.
Could there?
As you are tracing your things and you're sitting there for an hour, and where did the tattoo of your little kitty cat go?
On my arm.
Is it on your arm? You think that as you're giving it life, if you slipped in some of your alchemical ink or your mutagen snuff, you might be able to draw the cat into you to become a tattoo on your body.
Oh, interesting.
What Ben? Oh, I mean, okay.
Oh my god, our party is gonna be so insane. You're gonna be yelling at a cat
You were like, I'm gonna pull a fast one, and you're like, she really wants it alive, but I really wanted the cat tattoo.
Okay. Yeah, I accept. That
Okay.
Sounds rad.
Are you trying to keep this secret from Pharisee? Like it's an accident, or are you just taking
Well,
out your
okay, I should
mutagen
start
and like pouring it, looking up at everyone?
Hey,
and-
like that?
I forgot what the stipulation was with Vladimir. What are we doing for him? Just.
We're bringing back his mate.
Oh, it's his mate? I thought it was just their buddies. Okay.
You want a cat humping your arm?
Okay, knowing that I can't.
I mean, if you mention it, I'll ask. Is it like you can store it there and then it'll come back out as a cat, or?
Right, I was wondering what the.
I think it's
You're
just a
pretty sure that
tattoo. Besides being morbid.
it'll become a
tattoos are permanent.
like a mobile tattoo cat that can come out of your skin and go wandering around and return to tattoo form.
But it does turn into a real cat, though.
Correct.
Well, in that case, that would be acceptable, right?
Okay. Are you hiding it from Pharisee and the others, or not?
No, I'll be open about it.
Okay, so you notice Luudo, he's like I got an idea. And he pulls out some ink and is already like pouring it.
What are you doing?
Pouring it along the runes. He takes out a dagger and stabs his tattoo of his cat, and he's bleeding. He's bleeding onto the thing. He just gives a nod.
I had an idea.
And then takes his mutagen, sniffs a little bit of it, and sprinkles it around some of the.
I'm gonna stop him and make him explain. This is a 3-hour ritual. You got 5 minutes.
Yep. The bond you can see is flowing off of this and kind of like flowing into the wound of the cat tattoo that he had.
As long as